Good morning. All right, today I'm going to share one of my little new adventures that I started this year. With the first of the year, I'm a big goal setter, and one of my goals was to learn how to make homemade extracts. Okay, so this was something I've wanted to do and learn how to do for a long time, and I thought that's what I'm going to do this year. So I'm going to share with you what I've learned about making homemade extracts, and you hopefully can join this little adventure with me. They're super easy. So if you've ever wanted to try doing it, let me tell you, it's so easy. Okay, so extracts. Oh, let me get my video. Or my if you do a lot of baking, you probably recognize this. This is pure vanilla extract, and this is one from Costco. Now, there was a time a year or so ago, this bottle, which is 16 ounces, cost like $35. Okay, now you can get them at Costco for about $15, $16, but this was like $35 for probably a year. It was quite a while. It was wicked expensive. Most baking recipes that you make, or like cheesecakes, things like that, cookies, the average recipe takes a teaspoon of vanilla. And extracts are something that they add a lot of flavor to things. With just a small amount of this, you get a really rich, good flavor to the things that you're making. There's flavored extracts. There's one of my personal favorites is coconut. Coconut, orange, peppermint, lemon, strawberry. There's so many different flavors of extracts. And all an extract is basically a concentrated flavoring that you can just add to frostings, cookies, cakes, whatever, and it enhances whatever you're making with that flavor, okay? They're so super awesome to have on hand and to use all the time. I've wanted to make homemade extracts for quite a while. After doing quite a bit of research, I finally decided it was time to cross the path and make some homemade extracts myself. So let me show you. Here's some of the stuff this is my first bottle of vanilla extract that I made homemade, including my label. Isn't that cute? I just designed that up on the computer. This is roughly 33 ounces, so double this, of homemade vanilla extract. Can you see the beans inside there? Let's see if I can get the right angle. So this has whole beans, vanilla beans inside it. Now you can buy vanilla beans on like Amazon, and I'll share a link in the bottom of this video of some that I've got from Amazon. They come vacuum packed because you want them fresh. You don't want them moldy. If they're moldy, contact whoever you bought them from, let them know they should replace them. But you want these fresh vanilla beans. And I also am in some groups, some co-ops and stuff on Facebook where I've learned a lot, and I've even ordered some of my vanilla beans from them as well. There's a couple different groups I'm in. There's all different kinds of vanilla beans. You can get them from, I think these ones are albatross. These ones here, this jar, so 2 different jars. These are Madagascar vanilla beans. There's all different types and places that you can get the vanilla beans from. And there's different grades. There's grade A and grade B. Just like a lot of things, grade A is going to be higher quality than grade B. So I prefer to just get grade A. That's on the vanilla bean side. Now, so let me tell you a couple things about extract that I've learned. And I'm still learning. It takes about 12 to 18 months. So this bottle that I made in December, so last month, I won't be able to even really use this until this December. So for a year, maybe June of next year, okay? So I plan to do some vanilla extract because that's the one I use the most in baking. I'm probably gonna make a jar like this about every other month or so, just because I mean, it'll last a long time, but you can't, it has to take that long for all the flavor to come out of the vanilla beans. Now, there are some ways you can speed that up. So first of all, cutting the beans. Let's go over that. Some people prefer, you get these vanilla beans whole and they're, roughly yay big. Some people prefer to do a slit down their vanilla bean before putting them in the extract, before making the extract. There's a wrong or right way to do it. I personally chose not to, and here's why. You can use your vanilla beans multiple times. So these aren't a one and done thing. So when you purchase your vanilla beans, it's not something you're going to use make one jar of extract and then that's it, you're done, you throw them away. You can use these beans multiple times. So from the research that I've done and what I've decided to do, the first batch, you use them whole. The second batch, you do a slit. So once this jar is empty and I want to replenish it, I'll do a little slit down some of the beans. Maybe not like I'm cutting them in half, but just to open the bean, okay? Then you do a second batch. Now, once you cut the slit in it, the caviar, which is the inside of the vanilla bean where the really, really good flavor is, it has an escape route now, right? Because you've cut into it. So sometimes you'll get those little floaties, little caviar. That's like if you ever get the vanilla bean ice cream, you see the little black specks, that's the caviar. That's the good stuff. That's what has all that flavor. So you'll get that in your vanilla if you cut into the beans. Some people like it, some people don't. Then, once you've done 2 batches of extract, you can then use your beans. You can, I haven't quite decided. You can freeze dry them or dehydrate and powder them. And some people mix them in with sugar and get vanilla sugar, or, use it with things like if you were going to do a salt scrub or something like that. You can use them for that, or you can then put your beans in what is called a mother jar. That's most likely what I'll end up doing. A mother jar is when, imagine this jar with beans that have been used a couple of times. Throw your beans in there and you can keep refilling it with alcohol and adding more and more beans as you go. And it's one that if you need the caviar, you can pull a bean out and use the caviar and put the rest of the bean back in the jar. And that jar the alcohol will continue to absorb the bean flavor. It just will take longer because they've been used a couple of times, right? But when you're throwing your beans in there, it's like you're never really throwing your beans away. You can continue to use them and have them in a mother jar and get every little ounce of flavor out of them possible. So that is the vanilla. Now, as far as what goes in the jar with the beans, in my research, I found all sorts of information of the ratios and the alcohol content. And you want, the first one that I thought was going to be the best was 2 ounces of vanilla beans to 8 ounces of distilled water and 8 ounces of Everclear. And it was, 80 proof Everclear, I think it was. Anyhow, and so that was what I did at first. And then talking to people with more experience, they're like, why the heck would you put distilled water in? That would be like imitation vanilla. That's the cheap stuff. This is the good stuff, the pure vanilla. Imitation vanilla is basically diluted down. So the imitation vanilla is things that you get at the grocery store. It would be, instead of $16 for this bottle, it'd be like $3 because it's watered down. It's very diluted. Get the real stuff. Make the real stuff. So, and a friend pointed that out, and they were like, well, why are you adding distilled water? You're diluting it. You're making imitation vanilla, not pure vanilla. And I was like, oh, yeah, okay, I don't want to do that. I want the good stuff. So they're like, nope, we just use straight alcohol. So that's what I've done since. And other websites I found, nobody else has really talked about the distilled water. So it was interesting in that group. I'm not sure why they were saying to do that, but I guess it's an option and maybe makes it stretch further or something. I don't know. But I want the good quality stuff, so I'm not going to do distilled water anymore. There was a lot more people saying, as far as type of alcohol, you can use vodka, you can use rum, you can use bourbon. Hands down, like a large percentage of people were saying Everclear. Everclear is, it's a wheat alcohol, a wheat-based alcohol, whereas like your vodka is a potato-based alcohol. So a lot of people were saying Everclear was their favorite. I don't know. I don't drink alcohol, so this is all new to me. I don't have an opinion one way or another. But if you do drink alcohol, a lot of people have said like use an alcohol that you would enjoy drinking. Put that in your extracts. I don't drink, so I don't have a preference. So for me, I just did kind of a mid-grade. I didn't want the cheapest cheap stuff, but I didn't want to spend $40 either, so for a bottle. So I went with kind of a mid-grade, so we'll see. And sadly, when it comes to the vanilla, I won't know for a year and a half, but this particular bottle was done with Everclear. It does have 1 cup of distilled water because that was before I knew better. And then the rest is Everclear. So that is this bottle. Now, this bottle of vanilla is just vodka. Vodka tends to be kind of the most common alcohol used. So that's what I did. Now this is the vodka that I bought. I figured, you know what, I'm going to do a bunch of them. So I got a big thing of it, just cost effective. And I need to go get more apparently if I want to make more. So, which I do. So everything, I will probably continue to just use straight vodka and this kind. So the extracts as they sit, the flavor, like basically if you were to drink them right now, it'd be flavored alcohol, but that's why they take so long, is for the extract, the flavor to overpower the alcohol. And then when you're baking them and stuff, the alcohol bakes out whatever you're putting it in. It's not like they're gonna, be a high alcohol content, but all extracts have alcohol. So then branching out, after I did my vanilla extract, I wanted to try orange extract. Look how beautiful this is. Oh, I love it. I love the color. Now I did this last week, only about 4 or 5 days ago. And look at that. The vodka that was clear is already starting to get kind of an orangey tint to it. Isn't that awesome? So with the orange extract, this one's a little bit different than the vanilla. It doesn't take as long. This one takes about 2 to 4 months. And actually after 3-4 months-ish, you want to take the orange peels out, because then they will actually start to make your extract bitter. You know how like you have the pith, the white part is like bitter tasting. So I'll take these peels out in a couple of months here, 3 months or so. And then we'll just have the orange extract. So I did 2 bottles of that, and this is just the orange peels. I bought a special tool. I'll link below in the video. It's to peel the orange peel off. And it really got minimal of the pith, the white part. It didn't get that much, but I'm excited because I'm gonna do lemon and lime as well. And so this tool came really handy. It made it so easy to just do it in strings. Each of this jar, so these jars are 16-ounce jars. It's crazy to think this is the same amount. I guess this one's just, anyhow, a little taller and stuff, but yeah. So this is just each jar had 4 oranges worth of the peels, and I just spiraled all the peel off, put it in here, and then filled with vodka. That's it. So these will be a lot faster. They'll only take, a few months, and we'll have some orange extract. So far, all I've done is the orange and the vanilla, but like I said, I plan to do lemon and lime, which will be the same as the orange, as far as peeling, put them in, time, and just the peel and the vodka. And then I do plan to do coconut, because that is my personal favorite extract, is coconut. I love coconut. If you have not done coconut extract in chocolate frosting, try it. You'll love it. You'll never go back. It is the best. That's kind of my secret ingredient when I make frostings. I love it. And people always, oh, this is so good. What'd you put in it? Coconut extract. So I'm still trying to decide the best way to do that. It's basically the same theory as this. You put the bits of coconut in and then the vodka. But I still need to do a little more research because I want to make sure I have good quality coconut. I know these oranges are really good, fresh from California. And one thing you do want to remember, especially the first few weeks, is that you're shaking them up a little bit, not like vigorously. They don't need, rough, but just make sure you're kind of shaking it around. This peel I need to push down in so it's not sticking up out of the vodka, but especially like the vanilla beans and stuff, I just kind of come and shake them a little bit. It is fun because this was totally clear when I started. And this one I only made a couple weeks ago. So whereas this one I made about a month ago. You can tell it's a little bit darker side by side, but it is kind of fun. And then, and this is my Costco one. Look how dark that is. So they will get dark. Kind of fun. Anyhow, I'm excited about that. So yeah, that is how you do homemade extracts. Like I said, I still plan on doing the lemon, the lime, and coconut. Those are the only ones I can really foresee myself using. Maybe a strawberry. I'm a little concerned about, because berries are mushy, right? So I need to do a little more research on those. But I'll share a video when I get some of these other ones done. So there you have it. If you've been thinking about doing homemade extracts, try it out. Like I said, super easy. Oh, and the jars. I'll add a link for this where I got these jars, these 16-ounce ones I got from Amazon. But this one, and I believe this one, these two, I got from TJ Maxx. They're about $3 a jar, usually $2.50, $3 a jar. The downside is they don't always have them, and they don't always have, like, I like them flat. Sometimes they have the like ripples or designs. I want them smooth so I can put my labels on them. So I will add a link for the jars as well. As far as the alcohol, go to your local liquor store, and that's a personal preference, and as far as brand and type and everything like that. And the first time we went, I just went and I asked because like I said, I don't drink alcohol. I don't go to the liquor store. So I went and I told them what I was doing, and I said, people recommended Everclear. Where is that? And they showed me. And then the same thing for the vodka, they showed me. And so by then, at that point, it was just price and getting the best value. So exciting stuff. So stay tuned, because I have a few more goals and things I want to learn how to do this year, including making homemade cheese, making homemade yogurt, and making homemade vinegars. So those four, and the extracts, those four were all on my list of things to learn how to do this year. Along with other stuff, but those are kind of relating. So stay tuned. Be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and share in the comments if you have ideas of other extracts you think I should try or that you're curious about. Let's learn together, and I'm open to trying some new ones.